Hey everyone, so for today's video I'm going to be sharing with you all a bunch of the Black Friday and Cyber Week sales that I have been watching. Some are definitely better than others, so I wanted to give you guys my roundup of the sales that I thought were pretty attractive. So I'll be sharing these sales with you all, but I'll also be telling you guys a little bit about the products that I already love from these brands or from these websites. I'll have the retailers, brands, and all of the products that I'm mentioning in today's video linked down below for you all. Before we jump right into the video, I also wanted to say that I do encourage you guys to be mindful about your spending. I'd say about 99% of these products will still be available in a month's time, maybe even a year's time. Obviously, saving some money is great, but I also think it's important to be mindful about spending, especially during this time of the year. So the first sale that I wanted to mention is a sale that I think is pretty awesome because I've been talking about these products a lot on my channel recently. So Kjaer Weis is actually having a 20% off everything on their site sale. I've been raving about their cream blushes. This is actually a deluxe sample, but I usually keep them in this palette over here. I have 3 shades all lined up. I use this palette almost every single day just because I am kind of obsessed with their blush formula. I tried it this fall, and since I tried it, I just have not been able to put the cream formulas down. I also recently mentioned them in my products that I wish I tried sooner, and the cream blushes from Kjaer Weis are definitely that product. I love the balance of this formula. I love that they are creamy and emollient. They go onto the skin so smoothly. They're very blendable, but they also have a bit of a grip to them, and I think that's what makes Kjaer Weis cream products so beautiful. When a cream product doesn't have enough grip to it, it can mess with the other makeup that you have on your face, or it just won't want to adhere to the skin, and these have such a beautiful balance to them. On my cheeks today I have the shade Blossoming. It's really just such a beautiful everyday shade. A shade though that I think is pretty stunningly unique is the shade Inner Glow, and it's because it's this gorgeous pinky taupe, but it actually has a touch of a shift to it. It's not like a duochrome or a sparkle, but it just has a little bit of a satin quality, and when it goes onto the cheeks it manages to sculpt them, but also it just makes my cheeks look bigger and fuller. It is one of those very unique shades that I have found that just does an incredible job of really sculpting and shaping the cheeks with one shade. It's also a very layerable kind of blush, so I feel like if you want that kind of je ne sais quoi, what have you done with your blush look, that cheek product has really been able to give it to me. I think it's absolutely gorgeous and I really can't put it down. I actually had to stop myself from putting it on today. But on my eyes, I actually have a couple of their cream eyeshadows. I also absolutely adore the cream eyeshadows. The cream eyeshadow formula has a very similar texture to the cream blushes. I would say they're just a touch more stiff, but they still blend perfectly with just a finger. They had this gorgeous kind of soft satin shimmer to them, and I'm wearing both on my eyes today. I just think that they're beautiful. I know that they have gorgeous shades. I was able to swatch a bit of them in store at Credo. These 2 shades in particular are my favorite. My lip product is also from Kjaer Weis. It's the shade Euphoria. Kjaer Weis actually recently sent me some of their lipsticks, and I have to say that as far as packaging goes, this is by far the most luxe packaging I've ever touched in my life. It is so weighty, and when you do splurge on the luxe packaging, you can refill it. And it is, I think, one of those beautiful items that you can kind of cherish, and I think that this is just such a pretty shade, especially for the holidays, for fall and winter. The next sale that I saw was on Sae's website. Know that it's 15% off the entire site, and then if you spend, I believe, $60, you get 20% off and 25% off of orders over $75. I have a bunch of gift sets that are really cute, but I wanted to share with you guys my favorite products from the brand. I adore the Sae Sun Melt Bronzer. I think that this is a better alternative to something like the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel. I think that this is a better formula. It is kind of like a matte whipped souffle texture. It goes onto the skin very airy. And I think that with some cream bronzers, you know, if you like a ton of emollients and dew, this isn't going to be for you. But I do think that a lot of people prefer more of a matte kind of formula, and this formula for a cream product I think is really unique. This shade I think is also really beautiful if you have more fair skin, and a lot of brands I don't think get their shades right, but for me and my skin tone, this shade works really well. I also really adore the dew blushes. So this is the shade Rosy. This shade is really absolutely gorgeous, and I'm surprised that I hadn't tried this one sooner, but recently during the Sephora sale, I picked this one up and I just love it. If you are a fan of a rosy, dewy cheek blush look, the packaging, love how easy it is with the doe foot applicator. So I do think if you like more of a dewy cheek look and you like a very silky texture, then you will probably be a fan of this one. And an honorable mention to the Say Slip Tint, because this is a great product for someone with more dry skin and you're looking for just a sheer kind of everyday product. This one has done a really good job of keeping my skin hydrated. So if you have been interested in this and you do have more dry skin, I do think it's good, especially when my skin is kind of struggling a little bit. Just don't expect a ton of coverage. It's definitely more of a sheer, just make you look a little bit fresh kind of product. Kosas is also having a sale on their website. Same kind of deal. It's 20% off orders over $25, 25% off orders over $50, and then 30% off of orders over $75. So yeah, a good chance for some savings. So if you're new to my channel, then this will be the first time you're hearing about this. Everyone else is probably sick of me talking about the Kosas Revealer Concealer. You guys, it's my holy grail concealer. If you have dark circles under your eyes, but you also have dry skin and you also have hollowness and you want a concealer that really flattens out that area, that really creates light without it looking stark, unnatural, want it to look hydrated, this is the best concealer that I have found for under my eyes, and I am a stickler. I really only have like a few favorites. I've tried out a lot. A lot of concealers just really exaggerate the hollowness under my eyes, and this concealer really I think is one of the best formulas on the market. I have an entire video overviewing Kosas, so I will leave it linked down below in case you all are interested. Next up, I wanted to mention Ulta's Black Friday Cyber Week kind of sales. I honestly don't think that there's a lot that I would recommend, but there were a couple of items that I thought I could highlight. Number one, there are some fresh skincare sets that I think look pretty good. I love their rose face mask and the soy face cleanser. Those are 30% off. I think that's a pretty good deal, especially as a gift. They do have 30% off some Anastasia Beverly Hills products. I recently have been having a renewed love affair with the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I hadn't used this in a while. You know, just using other brow products, brow pencils, and you know, you're like, how different can they be? But I was really reminded why I really enjoy this product. And I do think the Brow Freeze is also 30% off. I've been kind of interested in that. I might pick that one up. Let me know down below if you've tried it. Peter Thomas Roth Cucumber Gel Mask is also 30% off. That's definitely a staple for me, especially when my skin is super reactive. I think it's great for all skin types. If you just need a calming gel mask, I find that if my skin is really red, irritated, again, it's just kind of going through it, I usually put that on, keep it on for about 15 to 20 minutes. My skin, it's way less red, especially if I'm breaking out. I find that that does such a good job of repairing my skin barrier and just kind of rehydrating my skin. Your skin is super irritated, you're just not going to heal as quickly. So no matter what your skin barrier is going through, I think having that kind of staple, healing, hydrating, calming mask is really important. And the last deal that caught my attention, again, I didn't really see much that I was super interested in, it is that Undone Beauty is 30% off. So I absolutely love their lip to cheek palettes. I have both the shade Poppy as well as Rosewood. I love both of them. I think this is just such a beautiful cheek product, especially if you love more of that stained look. This really is such a pretty kind of juicy blush formula. They're so affordable. I mean, especially having the 30% off, but I think that the shades are also so well done. And I also do like the concealer palette. I think it's really great for more of a creamy concealer. If you prefer like a cream potted concealer, that's the one that I would recommend. And if you prefer more of a liquid concealer, the Kosas is what I would recommend. Same kind of thing goes with Sephora. I didn't see a ton that I was super interested in, but they do have 25% off of Fenty right now. So I wanted to mention like my main product picks from Fenty. First of all, their lip glosses. My favorite formulas within the Gloss Bomb range are the cream, the Gloss Bomb creams, as well as the Gloss Bomb Heat. Both are gorgeous. Both give you a really juicy look to your lips. They really fill in the lines of your lips, and I think it just depends on whether or not you want slightly more translucent plumping formula. I would then recommend the Fenty Heat, and I absolutely love like all the shades that I have. Fenty Glow, Fussy, and Hot Chocolate. I mean, Hot Chocolate is a super unique shade. All of those I absolutely adore. And then if you prefer more of a cream formula with your lip gloss, one of the best cream formula lip glosses I've found is the one from Fenty. I think it's really difficult to come out with a cream formula that doesn't look too milky on the lips. And my favorite shade is Fenty Glow and Fussy from the cream gloss range. My other favorite products from Fenty are the cream bronzers. So if you want something more matte, you want something to kind of sculpt your face and just give you a super, super skin-like kind of bronzer look, I recommend the Fenty Matchstick in the shade Mocha. I love it. I think it's beautiful, and it's just such an underrated item from Fenty. Always a product that I will continue to recommend to you all. And then if you prefer something a little bit creamier, a little bit more dewy, and it's not super, super dewy, but it is more of a dewy texture, I would then go with the Cheeks Out Cream Bronzer, and my shade is the shade Butter Biscuit. I think the matchstick is going to last a little bit longer than the Cheeks Out, but the Cheeks Out will give you a little bit more of that creamy look on the skin. So I think it just depends on what you're going for. And that was, I think, it from Sephora, at least from what I've seen thus far when I'm filming this video. Next we have Pat McGrath. So Pat McGrath is anywhere from 25% to like 35% off right now. So if you have been thinking about purchasing anything from Pat McGrath, of course, now is a better time just because it's so expensive. The Divine Rose palette, I think, is still my favorite palette in existence. I just think it's so perfect for everyday looks, for glam looks. There's just so much that you can do with it. The mattes are insanely blendable, really pigmented. They just blend themselves out. They're almost, for me, they almost look like cream shadows on the eyes as well. So if you deal with textured eyelids, I just find that the mattes are so gorgeous. The metallics are also beautiful. The special shades like the sparkly toppers. I mean, all of the formulas are gorgeous. HUETOPIAN Dream Palette is also stunning, and I've just found that the longer I use it, the more I fall in love with it. Pat McGrath really creates a gorgeous, gorgeous formula. I can't say enough good things about the palettes, so I wanted to recommend them again. Supergoop is also having a 20% off sale as well. You guys know that I am a huge fan of their shimmer shades. The shade Sunset is my favorite. It's one of my favorite one and done shades. It also has SPF in it as well, which I think is great because the eye area is often neglected when it comes to SPF, but it has such a beautiful moussey but slightly more putty texture. The shade is gorgeous. I love how it's a dimensional chocolate brown because it has just a touch of a golden shift to it, but it's really just going to look smoky and smoldery but still restrained on the eyes. I love it. I think it's one of the most perfect one and done shadows in my collection. I think that's my top pick. Obviously Supergoop does a lot of beautiful sunscreens, like the Glow Screen is another one that I could recommend, but the shimmer shades are like my #1 product from them. Dermstore is also having a sale. I think it's like up to 30% off different items on their websites. I know some brands are not included though, so keep an eye on that. But a product that is on sale through Dermstore is the Kogan Do Aqua Foundation. I wanted to mention this one just because it's hard for me to talk about it a lot, just because one, the shade range isn't great, and also it is really, really expensive, but I do think that this is just such a beautiful formula. So I wanted to quickly mention it for you guys in case you've been looking at it, in case you've heard me talk about it before. It really is beautiful, perfect, like photograph ready makeup that still looks beautiful in person. So I wanted to very quickly mention this one, but also Dermstore does have Aqueous on sale as well. A lot of their products are 30% off, and I use Aqueous towels all the time when I wash my hair to dry it and just to keep my hair protected and to make my hair dry faster as well. They're very, very good quality as well. Like, you're not going to wash it and the next time you use it, it's not going to be the same quality. The brand is very high quality stuff. So I also wanted to mention those two items. Peace Out is also doing a sale on their website. It is, what is it? 20% off sale wide. And I had to give a shout out to my Peace Out acne patches. As far as acne patches that are the best for a pimple that's about to come to a head or has already come to a head, and you just need to get everything out, you need to heal the area and just do so very gently. This is the best patch that I've found. I've compared these to, like, for example, the ones from CosRX. These are better. They're actually medicated. I believe salicylic acid and retinol in them. I've just had some like really insanely stubborn pimples, and this was like the only thing that helped me during that time. So I highly recommend these. And also you can cut them in half if you have like a smaller pimple. You don't need to use the entire patch on one. Now, another pimple patch that I could recommend if you're dealing with breakouts under the skin that you want to stop from like ever coming to the surface, or want them to come to the surface and heal them faster, they are the early stage Zit Sticka patches, and those are a micro dart patch. So those are really good for under the surface breakouts. Above the surface, it goes to Peace Out acne patches, and then below the surface, I would recommend the ones from Zit Sticka. And you can find those for 20% off at Violet Gray, I believe. So I will leave that link down below. And just a couple more sales. I know this one's gonna seem kind of random, but Target does have a couple of items that I'm personally interested in that I wanted to point out. So they have the Grinchmas game. Something that is not maybe well known about me on here, at least, it's that the holiday season for me is really just Grinch season for me. I'm kind of obsessed with the Grinch, like everything the Grinch. So I did pick up this game the other day when I was in Target, and then I saw that it was half off for Black Friday. So don't do what I did and spend $20 on it when you can get it for like $10. Also have some beautiful holiday scrunchie sets. I love the scrunchie, I think is how you say it, the scrunchie scrunchies, the oversized ones. They're so beautiful. Like, I feel like sometimes they like actually pull together a look for me. And then lastly, they have the Manscaped lawnmower shaver. I could say right now that I want to get one for my boyfriend, but I honestly kind of want to get one for myself because I've also heard that they're really incredible for the bikini line, especially if you deal with razor bumps, and it is on sale. There's a pretty decent discount on it. You know, if you feel like getting that for someone in your life or getting it for yourself. I did think it was a pretty good deal and I wanted to mention it. I also wanted to mention two other sales. Credo Beauty is having a sale. It's spend $100 and get $25 credit. Rituel de Filles, like one of my favorite brands on there. They also have like Kier Weiss and some other items. And I'll leave my Credo sale video linked down below in case you guys are interested in like all the different products at Credo that I have already loved. And lastly, I wanted to mention that Reformation is doing a 25% off sale. I get a lot of questions about where I shop. I really like Reformation. It is definitely more expensive though, and a lot of the pieces I've bought during the Black Friday sale. Like, usually I do most of my shopping when Reformation is 25% off. So I will leave everything that I mentioned in today's video linked down below for you guys. Using any of my links does support my channel, so I really do appreciate it when you guys do. But obviously no pressure. I really just appreciate you guys being here, watching my videos. Thank you, and I will see you all in my next one.